Across religious traditions, Azazel emerges as a complex figure with multiple identities. In ancient texts, this entity shifts between various forms, from a desert spirit receiving sin offerings, to a corrupting demon, to a powerful fallen angel leading supernatural forces. Leviticus introduces Azazel through a ritual where two goats face different fates. In older biblical translations, Azazel's name remains absent, but modern versions reveal in Leviticus 16:8, Aaron shall cast lots upon the two goats, one lot for the Lord and one lot for Azazel. This ritual marks Azazel as a counterforce to the divine. The etymology of Azazel offers insights into its nature. Hebrew scholars break down the name into two components: Az, representing strength or ruggedness, and El, signifying divinity. This combination hints at Azazel's connection to both wilderness and celestial power. In Jewish mystical texts, particularly the Yoma dealing with Yom Kippur rituals, Azazel's role expands. The scapegoat ritual becomes more than symbolic. It represents humanity's attempt to cleanse itself by sending sins back to their source in the desert wilderness. Islamic traditions present yet another dimension, suggesting Azazel held angelic status before transformation into Iblis. Some scholars propose Azazel originated as a jinn who earned divine favor, while others describe a hybrid being sharing qualities of both angel and jinn. Persian interpretations add complexity, with the 9th century poet al-Hallaj recording multiple theories about Azazel's true nature. His accounts suggest Azazel served dual roles, as a heavenly teacher to angels and an earthly instructor showing humanity's darker aspects. The Brethren of Purity, 8th century philosophers, crafted a unique narrative. Azazel began as an earthly jinn captured by angels, whose exemplary behavior earned him celestial status, until pride led to his fall. This multifaceted nature of Azazel, spirit, angel, demon, teacher, and tempter, reflects deeper religious questions about good and evil, pride and punishment, knowledge and corruption. Each tradition adds layers to this enigmatic figure, transforming a desert spirit into a complex symbol of humanity's relationship with the divine. The evolution of Azazel's character across texts and traditions reveals how religious thought grappled with fundamental questions about sin, redemption, and the price of knowledge. The Book of Enoch reveals Azazel's profound impact on human civilization through forbidden knowledge. While other fallen angels taught astronomy and herbalism, Azazel introduced humanity to warfare and metalworking, fundamentally changing human society. Chapter 8 of Enoch singles out Azazel's unique role. He taught men to make swords, knives, shields, and breastplates. He showed them metals of the earth and how to work them. This knowledge of weaponry and metallurgy marks Azazel as particularly dangerous among the Watchers. Before Azazel's appearance, the Book of Enoch describes the Watchers' initial fall. Their leader Samyaza hesitated, warning, "I fear God will not indeed agree to this deed, and I alone shall have to bear the penalty of a great sin." Despite these fears, the Watchers proceeded to mate with mortal women. The consequences proved catastrophic. The offspring of these unions, the Nephilim, brought violence and destruction. These giants devoured mankind, killed birds, beasts, reptiles, fish, and ultimately began consuming one another and drinking blood. The archangels specifically blamed Azazel when reporting to God, "Thou seest what Azazel hath done, who hath taught all unrighteousness on earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven." This accusation suggests Azazel's teachings were considered more destructive than the other Watchers' transgressions. Enoch, as heaven's scribe, delivered a harsh condemnation. "Azazel, thou shalt have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against thee, because of the unrighteousness thou hast taught, and because of all the works of godlessness and unrighteousness and sin which thou hast shown to men." This portrayal of Azazel as civilization's dark teacher carries deep symbolism. His gifts of metalworking and warfare represent humanity's technological advancement, but also its capacity for destruction. The knowledge he provided elevated humans beyond simple existence, but brought with it the potential for greater evil. The emphasis on Azazel's role as teacher, rather than just a fallen angel, suggests these texts grapple with questions about the nature of knowledge itself, whether certain kinds of knowledge are inherently corrupting, and what price humanity pays for advancement. This theme of dangerous knowledge connects to broader religious narratives about forbidden wisdom and its consequences, echoing stories like the Tree of Knowledge in Eden. God's judgment of Azazel stands out for its severity. Through Archangel Raphael, God commands, "Bind Azazel hand and foot and cast him into darkness. Make an opening in the desert which is in Dudael, and cast him there. Cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever. On the day of great judgment he shall be cast into the fire." This punishment aims not just to contain Azazel, but to heal earth from his influence. Heal the earth which the angels have corrupted. All sin is to be ascribed to him. The text suggests Azazel's teachings of warfare and metallurgy corrupted humanity so deeply that he bears responsibility for all sin. However, the third book of Enoch presents a contradictory account. When Rabbi Ishmael ascends to heaven, he meets Metatron, who reveals himself as the transformed Enoch. Metatron describes finding Azazel in heaven alongside angels Asa and Uzzah, despite his supposed eternal binding. This discrepancy raises questions about Azazel's fate. The text suggests God might have permitted Azazel's return to heaven to witness Enoch's elevation. When God declares about Enoch, "I delight in this one more than all of you," Azazel submits to the new order. The third book of Enoch describes this submission. "Forthwith all stood up and went out to meet me, prostrated themselves before me, and said, Happy art thou, and happiest thy father, for thy Creator doth favour thee." This marks a dramatic transformation from the proud rebel to a submissive figure. Enoch's text later describes a deep valley burning with fire, revealed as the ultimate destination for the host of Azazel. This suggests that despite any temporary reprieve, Azazel and his followers face final judgment. This complex narrative of punishment, possible redemption, and final judgment reflects theological debates about divine mercy versus justice. Azazel's story raises questions about whether heavenly beings can truly fall forever, or if even the most severe divine punishment might allow for later transformation. The varying accounts of Azazel's fate, from eternal binding in darkness to appearance in heaven to final fiery judgment, suggest different religious traditions wrestling with questions of justice, redemption, and the permanence of divine punishment. The Apocalypse of Abraham introduces a unique portrayal of Azazel. During Abraham's sacrifice, Azazel appears as an unclean bird attempting to disrupt the ritual. The attending angel identifies him. "This is ungodliness, this is Azazel," before condemning him. "Disgrace upon you, Azazel. Abraham's lot is in heaven, but yours is upon earth because you have chosen and love this dwelling place of your uncleanness." A pivotal vision shows Abraham witnessing Eden's fall. He describes a striking figure. Standing behind the tree was one who had the aspect of a serpent, having hands and feet like those of a man, and wings on its shoulders, 6 pairs of wings, 6 wings on the right and 6 on the left. When Abraham questions this sight, God reveals, "This is the counsel of the world, this one is Adam, and this one who is their desire upon the earth is Eve, but he who is between them represents ungodliness, Azazel himself." This identification of Azazel as the serpent in Eden represents a significant theological development, connecting him directly to humanity's original fall. The detailed description, part serpent, part man, part angel, suggests Azazel's complex nature as a being between realms. The text then presents a prophetic vision of the Messiah, described as a man who would emerge from the side of the pagans. In this vision, Azazel approaching, kissed him on the face, and then stood behind him. This scene parallels Judas's betrayal of Jesus in Luke 22:48, suggesting a deeper connection between these narratives. God shows Abraham that in end times, the wicked will beautify in the belly of the crafty worm Azazel and be burned by the fire of Azazel's tongue. This positions Azazel as both a tempter and instrument of punishment, sharing characteristics with traditional depictions of Satan. These visions establish Azazel as a central figure in cosmic history, from Eden's fall to the Messiah's betrayal to final judgment. The text transforms him from a desert spirit receiving scapegoats into a prime adversary in humanity's spiritual journey. The prophecies suggest Azazel's influence extends across time, affecting humanity's past, present, and future. His role evolves from tempter to betrayer to final executor of divine punishment, representing the complex relationship between sin, judgment, and redemption. Islamic tradition offers distinct perspectives on Azazel, though he isn't directly mentioned in the Quran. Many Islamic scholars identify Azazel as Iblis's original name before his expulsion from heaven. This interpretation presents Azazel as both archangel and jinn, suggesting a dual nature that bridges celestial and earthly realms. The Sahaba scholars propose several origin stories: Azazel as an angel who lost divine favor by refusing to bow to Adam, a jinn who earned heavenly status through devotion before falling through pride, or a divine agent sent to subdue rebellious jinn who later became rebellious himself. Despite varying details, these accounts share a common theme: Azazel's refusal to acknowledge human worth, believing his fiery nature superior to Adam's earthly creation. A fascinating parallel emerges in accounts of jinn-angel hybrids descending to observe humanity, echoing the Watcher's story from the Book of Enoch. These beings supposedly fell into temptation through mortal women, leading to debauchery and violence. Some versions distinguish Azazel as initially resisting corruption, suggesting a more complex character than pure evil. The Brethren of Purity, 8th century Iraqi philosophers, present Azazel as a captured jinn whose exemplary behavior earned him angelic status. This redemptive arc ends in tragedy when pride leads him to reject Adam's authority. Al-Hallaj's Tawasin explores Azazel's dual missions, teaching goodness to angels in heaven while showing only evil to humans on earth. This neglect, rather than malice, caused humanity's corruption, as people lacked knowledge of good to contrast with evil. Al-Hallaj records Azazel's final confrontation with God, where he questions the command to bow before an earthly creation while being made of fire. Declaring himself a martyr to divine unity, Azazel accepts his fate, returning to the flames of his origin. This interpretation frames his rebellion as tragic adherence to absolute monotheism rather than simple pride. Let me know your thoughts about Azazel. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time.